Feel free to stay as long as you want afterwards to visit, enjoy some food. We have beer and wine. We also have ginger ale and juice, and we have some harder stuff. I can be coaxed to dig deeper into the pantry if you're so inclined. But we also have, white wine and white Zinfandel. And so feel free to hang out, enjoy some music, chat with Eric and our visitors and with one another, and drift on back to the back deck where it's cooler, or into the other room, or wherever you want to go. We've been staying up every night till 2 in the morning talking, so we're in that rhythm, and we invite you to stay as long as you want. Let me talk about Eric a little bit here, and say that Sue and I are so happy to have Eric and Maxine in our house and back in our town. It's been some years since Eric and Max were here, and it was the worst blizzard of the year in April when they were here, and a gig in Kemmerer was canceled, and it was -30, and it took 3.5 hours to drive from here to Rawlins. And this time, it feels like summer. It's a whole different thing. But it's great to have Eric and Max here. It's great to have Eric here. He's best known as a great watercolorist and oil painting. You can see his works hanging in our living room. They've been gifts through the years, as Eric and I have been friends for many years. And if you go to ericmichaelsfineart.com, you can see a lot of his great works. If you haven't seen him in galleries such as in Breckenridge and Taos and El Paso and Charleston and many, many other places over the past 3 decades. But a lot of people that collect his art don't know that he also has musical mastery. He studied guitar with Michael Lorimer out in San Francisco. He was part of the folk and acoustic music scene in Chicago and the Midwest in the early 70s, played with Steve Goodman and Ann Murray. He and I traveled around together, hopping freights and riding buses and hitching roads and playing bars and working a resort in Michigan. And he's one of my dearest friends, and it's such a treat to have him here, and it's really great to have you here as well to enjoy some music and good times. So from Trinidad, Colorado, let me turn the floor over to my dear friend Eric Michaels.
It's a lot to live up to. Get hooked up here. Okay.
Thanks, and thank you for coming. Of course, that was Classical Jazz by Mason Williams. If you remember when it was a hit, we got a lot to talk about. Of course, I was only one then. It's really good to be back here, and really nice to be with my good friends, Chris and Sue. Ted Chris had said, has come up from Eagle. And Chris and I played at the Grand Lake Lodge right outside Rocky Mountain National Park. And Ted and Liz, his wife, ran the Grand Lake Lodge. And so I have not seen Ted. Yesterday was the first time in 25 years. And everything seems to be working out. We've agreed we're going to do it. Ted and I agreed we're going to do this again in 25. When I'm 88. Who are these people? What am I?
Great reunion, I can see that already.
No, I hope we get together. And so, let's see. We'll do a whole bunch of different stuff tonight, most of the stuff I know. And I've got about, despite I make my living as an artist, I play a few concerts, not much during the year, but I keep about a couple, 2.5 hours of repertoire alive. And I think I'm going to get going, because I'm going to do everything I know to do. Let's see, we'll do something by Gershwin. I did this last night over in Green River. I just like the way it came out. It's from the operetta Porgy and Bess, and it seems somewhat apropos for these times. It's called I Got Plenty of Nothing. And song like this.